Workers have made concession after concession for the last 4 years, and we've had it, right? This is no longer a temporary crisis. This is the city refusing to reform its business tax. It's refusing to tax downtown business to pay for vital services like this hospital.
Well, what do they want in give back from the members?
They want a 3% pay cut for 2 years running, and they want to shift the health of care cost on the workers, make our workers pay hundreds, if not thousands of more dollars every year in health care costs.
And how much have workers lost in the last 4 or 5 years?
Well, I know the last 2 years, $500 million has went from our pockets to the city coffers, and in reality to downtown, because they're not paying their taxes.
Well, they're still hiring managers and executives?
They are.
So
yes,
there's money, there seems to be money for...
Oh, there's money there, Steve, and there's a lot more money.
We're in a big budget fight about our pensions to protect our salaries and to protect the services that we provide. And we see it going down. We see all these cuts. The mayor only talks about certain things, but all of the underlying things that are happening, the deterioration from underneath, that the people don't see because they prop it up and try to cover it really well. It's getting to the point now where they're not going to be able to cover it anymore.
And you've been taking concessions.
We've taken sections for 10 years. I mean, people like me and other people, I mean, I had 1 month, it wasn't recent, where my PG&E got cut out. And it's not because I'm not an irresponsible person, it's because the paycheck just did not stretch to cover everything. That got missed, and then I had to make it up later.
So this rally, is this going to change the city and Ed Lee?
What we hope to do is send a message to Ed Lee and to the people of San Francisco that we're not the problem. These billionaires who don't pay any taxes are the problem.
There's 16 billionaires in San Francisco.
And most of the huge corporations, they don't pay payroll taxes. They've been getting away year after year, and I have to say the Board of Supervisors has been letting them get away with all these cuts.
You're against these tax subsidies to the wealthy?
Absolutely, I'm against all these tax subsidies to the wealthy, particularly when they want to do it on the backs of hard-working people who are just barely surviving now. We're in the same economy as everybody else, and it's terrible.
Okay, what's your name?
Brenda Barris.
And you're a worker here?
I work at San Francisco General in the medical clinic.
I'm Mike Dingle. I'm on the lift team here at General. In '09, I took a 20+% pay cut for a year that I'll never see again. I got deskilled, turned into a temporary worker after being a permanent worker. I've been working as a temporary for 3 years. I've been working here for 6 years without a raise. And what they're doing is just plain wrong. They think they can balance the budget on the backs of the people that make the least here. You know, they should look around, look at the top of this city cesspool. Something like that, you know.
And what kind of work do you do?
I'm on the lift team here at General.
What is that? What do you mean?
I'm what's called a patient handling service, and we, you know, the number one, I think the number 2 on-the-job injury nationwide is nurses' back. So the lift team comes in, and whenever they need to move a heavy, difficult patient, they call us. So we go there, we put our bodies on the line for the rest of the hospital, and we don't even have a break room.
And what do you mean deskilling? What's that all about?
What?
What is this deskilling all about?
Well, they turned us, you know, back in '09 when they wanted to do balance the budget a different way, it was sort of, I think Mitch Katz cooked it up with whoever runs this joint, really. And they basically took the CNA class of workers, which was a 2302, created a new class called the patient care assistant, which is now a 2303, basically fired all of us and offered us to be rehired at 20% less.
Doing the same work?
Exact same work, and especially in the lift team, more, you know.
So basically it was a sham, it was a scam?
Sham, a total scam, and you know, there's so many people that make a lot more money they could give a little bit back. You know, they say that there's something like 9,000 employees on the city payroll that make well over $100,000. If all of them gave back a 1%, that'd be fine. You know, I mean, we balance the budget. You know the arguments for all this stuff. It's just sort of.
Why is Mayor Ed Lee saying it has to come from you guys, the lower paid workers?
Well, you know, he's just falling in step with how they always do it, you know? Isn't it the age-old thing, take it away from those that have the least? I mean, that's just the way history, you know, that's, you know, it's just, he falls right into step, you know, he got re-elected with a lot of big money backing him up, so, you know, he's got to show them that he can cut a little bit of money from the people that, you know, just keep everybody insecure. I mean, to me, the irony about working here at General is they call themselves the community health they call themselves the community health network, but to do nothing to build community amongst the workers. I mean, they have this whole revolving door for the lower level, you know, healthcare workers, the CNA class, where they, you know, give you so many hours just so you don't get benefits, fire you every 6 months, and you come back. There are people that have been working that ramp, you know, coming back for like 7, 8 years with no effort made at all on the part of the management here to build a community in the workforce here. Instead, the strategy seems to me to be to keep everybody isolated, everybody polarized, everybody worried about their little piece of the pie. Oh wait, I can't give them my 1% for my retirement. No, I can't help them with theirs. And they're going to come around and take yours anyway. So, I mean, that's what it is. The management just wants to keep everybody down and keep them in the lower levels while they, you know, I don't know if they're raking it in per se, but, you know, it's like a sort of a management strategy that's, you know, right from the Republican playbook. Privatize, privatize. You know, when they go to, you know, for instance, in my class, the CNA class, when they hire from registry to fill as needed slots and stuff, they're paying them like, you know, 40% less, giving them absolutely no benefits. They do all the work. I mean, I just noticed that all the hiring, they don't hire, the hospital doesn't hire, they just keep going to registry, and that's just wrong. I mean, if they want to have a workforce that cares, why not treat us like they care about us?
My name's Margaret Mann. I'm not an SEIU member. I work for University of California, represented by AFSCME 3299. But we share many of the same concerns. And right now, city, county, or the hospital rather, is trying to outsource the dialysis unit.
Is that privatization?
Yes, and in fact there's a little bit of a conflict of interest because one of the primary physicians there, Sam James, wants to privatize, to outsource to this company that he has in the past and may still perhaps have financial ties with. So this is a problem, but...
So was facing public workers at UC General Hospital?
Rising costs of pensions, increased contributions to health care, to pension. The university is trying to outsource a lot of areas. Well, they're trying to make financial decisions that better them on the backs of the workers.
The UC Regents, who do they represent in all this?
Who do you think? Yeah, I mean, yeah, not us, not us. And, you know, they keep talking about these are really difficult financial times, but they're still awarding $80,000 bonuses routinely, you know. Yeah. And they have created special deals for the people high up in UC for their pension. You know, they give them more, they give them extra things. They, you know.
So there's a double standard here?
There is definitely a double standard.
I work as a senior clerk. My name is Jackie.
And how has it affected you, these concessions and cutbacks?
Changes, keep changing our titles, keep changing our money and taking away from our retirement, adding here, taking away there, and we're tired of it.
Now, the city says they don't have any money. You don't believe them?
I don't. I really don't. Because they show up with other things, with money in other places. It's like, come on, we need to revamp this.
We want them to cut from the top. Stop working the poor people.
What are they doing now? What do they want from you guys?
We want a contract.
And what are they saying?
No.
We need fair contract.
Saria Cerón, I work at San Francisco General for food and nutrition. We need a fair contract.
I'm fighting for our rights. They're trying to take everything that we have, and we've already gave everything.
We
just trying to keep what we have. We're trying to, you know, maintain our dignity, maintain our standard of living, just like everybody else, just like these CEOs. You know, if they getting bailed out, you know, why should we be getting takebacks?
And the city says they don't have enough money to pay you. You have to take concessions. Why are they saying that?
Tell the city to show us on paper. Show us where they don't have the money. Show us where they can't pay extra managers and extra supervisors, and then we'll believe that. Until then, we don't buy it.
And what kind of work do you do?
I'm a building clerk here. I'm the one helping to build that new hospital there. You know, we're the money makers. We bring in the money here. So, I mean, it's up to them what they want to do, but for every year they've cut us and cut us and cut us and cut us. You know, we're not asking for anything back. We just don't want them to cut us anymore, that's all.
How have these concessions affected you over the last 4 or 5 years, 10 years?
I mean, everyone has to tighten their belts. Everybody has to. You know, my daughter, you know, is in college. You know, I have a granddaughter. People have bills to pay, mortgages. You know, some people losing their homes. You know, you have to tighten. You have to do whatever you can do, you know, to maintain.
So you know members who have lost their homes and they're working full time?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, definitely. There are people out there, I mean, I wouldn't say them by name, but yes, there are. I mean, everyone's hurting. You know, groceries cost more, gas costs more, everything out there costs more. And yet here they are trying to, you know, balance the budget on us. And that's not fair. That's not fair.
And how long have you worked here?
20 years with the city.
And it's getting worse?
Oh, much worse, yes.
How is it getting worse?
You know, it's getting fat on the top. You know, I know workers are asked to do more at the bottom. There's so much nepotism and, you know, people not qualified, and yet they get high pay because they know somebody. You know, it's just a sad state.
What's your name?
My name is Jerry. I'm one of the affected PCA. I am here today fighting for my rights, and I want to become a permanent. For some reason, the human resources are trying to play hardball on us. So right now we're fighting for no concessions. We're not going to give away anything. We give away almost everything. Nothing else left for us.
What have you given away?
We're giving away. We're paying our what you call that? Retirement right now, and they're planning to take 3% of our salary, and that's messed up. We work so hard for the city and county of San Francisco. We're not gonna give no more. That's it. You know, they have to take some money from these people right here. You know, the corporate people. They make millions of dollars, and they have to share. This is the time that they have to share.
So we want to come back trying to cut our money. They're trying to take our money. We gave a lot of money back last year. We've been giving money back ever since we've been here.
And
that's why we're here.
How is it affecting you?
It affects my family. A lot of people losing their homes and everything.
You're losing your homes because of these cutbacks?
Hell yeah. Yeah, these cutbacks, they do it to us every year. They take from the poor and give to the rich. All the rich people getting richer, we're getting poor.
Okay. What's your name?
My name is Derek Armstrong.
And what kind of work do you do?
Environmental service, health worker.
And if you're working 2, 3 jobs just to make ends meet, you know, so you can have your health care or whatever, I mean, where's the enjoyment in life? You know, I mean, people ought to be able to enjoy what they, you know, we're living in a really wonderful place, and let's help people have a better time instead of like polarizing and keeping people down.
Okay, thank you.
We hope that this is the beginning of the stopping. You know, hopefully Ed Lee, our honorable mayor, will take a look and see, hey, you know, maybe you can cut some of his cronies, cut some of his supervisors, maybe. You know, they make a lot more money than we do.
We're going to have another huge action on April 18th at City Hall, and so we want the public, everybody, to be out there, because it's not going to be just about us. It's going to be about workers in general.
What about the issue of a general strike, all unions coming together, because there are a lot of unions without contracts. Now it seems as if they're taking a hard line against all working people.
I think that it's going to come to that point to where we all need to just say no more. I think 1021, our members are finally at that point where we can't accept anymore because there's nothing else to give. They're taking it all.
You're against the wall.
Oh, we're against the wall. So this is a matter for us of survival.
Concessions! No, no! Concessions! No! Concessions! No, no! Concessions! No! Concessions! No, no! Concessions!